Simpson Gymnasium. Britt Lubkowski with myself, Joshua, Adam, William Armithon, as we have the Holland Hurricanes taking on the St. Mary's Lightning. Brett, it's an exciting consolation game here. Both these teams, you know, they may be at this to find out who gets this consolation prize, but they have fought in every game they've been, and they deserve to be here.
Absolutely. Both of these teams have played some fantastic ball here on the hard court for the last 2 days. The results haven't gone their way, but they've played some great basketball against some really good teams, and they both have proved that they deserve to be here on this national stage.
Holland, for example, you know, the St. Trojans making the national championship, they gave them a push for a good set there, and St. Mary's a good fight against St. Clair and everyone that they faced.
Yeah, absolutely. This Holland team has really shown a lot there, and like we said, they played two fantastic teams, and the results, I mean, how do you beat teams like St. when they're playing the way that they are on home court?
Absolutely. As far as some of the key players to watch for, who are you looking for right now on St. Mary's?
Well, St. Mary's, obviously it's the All-Canadian, Brock Dewsbury. Averaged 23.5 points a game over these two games, but the one who I think is going to be the real X factor for them tonight is going to be the big man, JP Akodwa. 9.5 rebounds a game over these two, and this Holland team a little bit struggling against the big men over these last two games, so I don't know how they're going to be able to handle him.
You saw that against the Trojans, specifically with Qual really dominating that game, especially when you go to the rim on them. On the other side for the Holland Hurricanes, that backcourt has a great background. Menzies and Kyrie Thompson specifically have been dominating the backcourt all tournament. Haven't been able to pick up that W, but they've been putting up big numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. And these guys are young too. Yeah. Kyrie's a freshman.
Yeah, I know.
They got a lot of good years ahead of them on this Holland team.
Yeah, one of many freshmen that we've seen that have had outstanding tournaments so far. We are just moments away. Brett will have the call. I'll be roaming the sidelines. Coming up to you soon, it will be Holland and St. Mary's.
It's game number 9 of this event, placement matchup featuring the Holland College Hurricanes and the St. Mary's University Lightning. And now, the starting 5 for your Holland College Hurricanes. At guard, 5'9" from Dallas, Texas, number 2, Yogi Cheatham. At guard, 5'10" from Toronto, Ontario, number 3, Jalen Menzies. At guard, 6'3" from Ottawa, Ontario, number 5, Alman Versovic. At guard, 6'2" from Charlottetown, PEI, number 6, Jack McCauley. And at guard, 6'3" from Grand Prairie, Alberta, number 10, Logan Rampo. Hurricanes led by head coach Tim Hendrick. And now, the starting 5 for your St. Mary's University Lightning. At guard from Vancouver, BC, number 1, Angelo Santiago. At guard from Calgary, Alberta, number 3, Caleb Jip. At forward from Raymond, Alberta, and your CCAA All-Canadian, number 7, Brock Dewsbury. At center from Edo, Nigeria, number 10, John Paul Okadua. And at guard from Nassau, Bahamas, number 13, Avery Armbrister. The Lightning are led by head coach Nathan Ruff. Your officials for today's matchup include Tommy Wu, Devin Seal, and Thierry Jobert.
We'll delay Okana for 1 minute.
Ready? Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please rise if you're able to do so. Remove your hats and join us for the singing of O Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Hurricanes, it's the Lightning, let's play ball!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the Jack Simpson Gym here in Calgary, Alberta. Day 3 of the CCAA Men's National Basketball Championships. It is Stay Alive Saturday for 4 teams hoping to book their tickets to tomorrow's bronze medal game. But first, we got a great battle coming up for you between 2 teams looking to close out their National Basketball Championships here on a high note. The Holland Hurricanes, your ACAA champions, taking on the hometown tournament debutants in the St. Mary's Lightning. We are underway here at Day 3 at the CCAA National Championship. JP Akodwa receives the ball off the dribble, and he takes it to the rim, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2 early free throws here. JP Akodwa, one of the men we were talking about in the pregame, 9.5 rebounds a game in this tournament. We expect him to be a key contributor here tonight against a Holland team that tends to play a little bit on the shorter side. It's going to be a difficult task for them to try and stop the big man, the second team ACSC South All-Star. JP goes 1 of 2 from the line. It's going to be Cheatham now carrying it, crossing it over the timeline and leaving it for Menzies. McCauley off the dribble, looking for the shot. Sends it over to Rempel instead. He drives into the paint, kicks it out. The shot from 3, nothing but air. As we can see, the Holland Hurricanes not starting the freshman, Kyrie Thompson, who has been a star player for them all tournament. Freshman's coming off the bench here tonight. McCauley thought about it. They kick it out wide. McCauley on the second chance. Off the rim and out. Both of these teams looking to close out their tournaments with a victory. The results have not gone their way so far in this tournament, but they have played well against some really, really good competition. And for a team like St. Mary's, they're just hoping to find a way to get their first ever victory at the CCAAs. That 3 from Rempel, just off the back of the rim. Now it's double A, Avery Armbrister in transition, leaves it for Akodwa, kisses it off the glass and gets another bucket. Akodwa with all 3 points so far in the game, 1.5 minutes gone. Holland looking for that backdoor pass. McCauley got 3 Lightning players on him. He's got to kick it out to Rempel. Nice backdoor cut.
Elman,
Their version gets the first bucket of the game for the Hurricanes. But there he is again, JP Akodwa off the pass from Armbrister, who picks up the assist. And Akodwa has all 5 St. Mary's points here so far. McCauley drives down low along the baseline. Last off of a Lightning player.
Hurricanes ball.
Cheatham off the inbound, kicks it out for Menzies. He shoots. Again, catching nothing but air. It's kept alive, but straight into the hands of Santiago. Armbrister now the other way. From the free throw line, the jumper doesn't go. And you have to think at some point, as that one doesn't go either, we're going to see quite a bit of Marcellus Taliaferro for the Hurricanes, as they are going to have to try and get some height in here to try and combat big JP Akoto, who's now on the ball again. He kicks it out for Jip, gets it right back. Shot off the rim and out. Menzies now going to try to counter in transition through the lane and to the rack.
Jalen Menzies.
And that's where this Holland team is going to make teams pay, is on the fast break. As the three goes from Avery Armbrister, double A from the corner. Makes it 9-4. Cheatham now tries to respond right away, but he's short.
Travels the call.
And JP off the rebound. One too many steps, takes the travel.
Lightning substitution.
And it's going to be Holland to inbound now.
Hammer. Hurricanes ball.
You're going to see Kevin Hammer check into the game for the first time here, the first sub for either team. Third-year guard out of Calgary. That's Cheatham on the ball. Sends it out wide. McCauley on the catch and shoot. Three ball still doesn't go. And the Hurricanes start the game ice cold from deep. Armbrister off the nice catch.
Avery
Straight to the bucket.
Armbrister.
And a quick 7-point lead for the St. Mary's team. Flipping the script from the last two where they found themselves in quick holes early on. But this St. Mary's team has played tough against everybody, as that one goes for Menzies.
Jalen Menzies.
St. Mary's being in close games at the half, both of their first two games, but it was those about midway through the third quarter in each game where the wheels started to come off for this Lightning team. We'll see if they can play a full 40 minutes tonight. Verzovic's three doesn't go. Holland still can't buy one from long range. Akodwa kicks it out. Armbrister, open three. Too strong. McCauley now over the timeline, battling with Hammer. The kickback, Cheatham for three. Beautiful breakout pass from Santiago and the All-Canadian.
Dewsbury.
Brock Dewsbury getting ahead of the play. Dewsbury, who's averaged more than 23 points a game over two. That one last off of the hand of Cheatham. And good work from Santiago to force that turnover.
Hurricane substitution, number 1, Kyrie Thompson, and number 12, Marcellus Terrafello. And for the Lightning, number 5, Josh Castro.
Changes here. We're going to see a bunch of new players check into the game. For the Lightning, Alex Cleach, Ajay, and Castro all checking in. Ajay under the basket, looking for the reverse. Does draw the foul, as that one's going to go against Taliaferro. And that is a man who this Holland team cannot afford to let get into foul trouble.
At the line is Blumi Ajayi, 2 shots.
Something that happened to them against Capilano yesterday, where they were just unable to keep up with the big men from the Blues team in Zach Klim and David Featherston. And then foul trouble from the big man of Holland just made things worse for them as we got later into that game. Jai makes them both, and the Lightning up 9 here midway through the opening quarter. As we now see Vicente Balaton checking in for the Hurricanes, as well as Kyrie Thompson, who's now on the ball. Finds Taliaferro, gets the friendly bounce, and the big man picks up 2 points. Dewsbury against Menzies. Feel like we're going to see a lot of that matchup tonight. As Cleach tripped up for the foul.
Fouls number 12.
And what better man to put against an All-Canadian than someone like Jalen Menzies? 3.7 steals per game. He led the Atlantic Collegiate Athletics Conference in steals of over 3.7 a game. An absolute ball hawk, and someone you need when you've got a guy on the other end like Brock Dewsbury, who takes the extra pass and he pots it home for an easy bucket. 17-8 here, early stages of this one. Holland playing from behind again as Thompson with the tough bucket getting to the rim. And you know this Holland team is excited to see him for a few more years. Cleach doesn't go. Good D from Taliaferro. Breakout, the extra pass, and Thompson ahead of the play. And off the bench, Kyrie's got 4 quick points to bring the Hurricanes back within 5. Kick it out wide. Hammer for 3. Doesn't go. Ajay, though, with the offensive board. Last off of a Hurricane.
Lightning substitution number 3, Caleb Jip.
We're going to see Caleb Jip check back in. As it's going to be possession in favor of the St. Mary's Lightning. Wearing their dark jerseys once again here today on day 3 at the CCAA Men's National Basketball Championships. Jip takes the 3, and it's good. Caleb Jip picking up where he left off from beyond the arc. And that one goes from Taliaferro, who's got his mid-range game going. Big steal. Jalen Menzies picking off the pass from Castro. Extra pass, Taliaferro kicks it out. From the key, it's Jack McCauley. Cleach with the offensive board off the miss. Hammer to the lane, uses the body but can't get the finish. And it's Taliaferro who's just unable to corral the rebound, and it goes out of bounds last off of him. St. Mary's ball underneath the rim.
Lightning ball.
Jip off the catch and shoot. It's good. Caleb Jip 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
Caleb Jip.
Well, now looking to set up their offense. Taliaferro with the fake. He's got a Koda on him. Nice backdoor feed. And Balaton able to kiss it off the glass for 2 more. 23-18 with final 2 minutes here of the opening quarter. Jip feeding the hot hand, gets to the rim, but can't get the tough bucket.
2 minutes in the first quarter.
Taliaferro steps inside the line, and it is pure.
Taliaferro.
As Marcus has got 6 points already in the opening quarter. We got an offensive foul called. Believe that is against Santiago.
Santiago, his first, team's first. Now in the game is number 7, Brock Dewsbury for the Lightning.
And just the first team foul against the Lightning all quarter. They played very well in terms of their discipline. But Thompson doesn't get it to go as he cuts through the defense, gets right down to the baseline, but he was unable to lay it in. Armbrister can't get it over the hands of Taliaferro for the tough bucket, and now in transition, it's Thompson. Doesn't get the bucket, but he is fouled on the play by Dewsbury. And for the first time tonight, Kyrie will step to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Fouls number 7, Brock
Kyrie
Dewsbury,
Thompson, 65.5% on the season from the charity strike.
Kyrie Thompson, 2 shots.
Holland as a team only shooting just over 71%. Not always able to get those easy points when they're given free opportunities here. Second one doesn't go, but Kyrie does pick up his own rebound. Extra pass, Balatan gets it to go, and we're at a 1-point game. Nice pass inside to Akodwa, and he's fouled and will head to the line for the second time tonight. JP with 1 of 2 from the line in his first trip.
Fourth. At the line is Jean-Paul Okudua, 2 shots.
First one does not drop for the big man. Fourth-year center from Edo, Nigeria. And he's going to have a chance to take that second free throw again. And it looked like the Hurricanes were a little too antsy on that one, just a bit ahead of the play. And he makes him pay as he gets the second one to go to bring the lead back up to 2. Final minute of play here in the opening quarter, live at the Jack. Menzies stops, takes the shot, and he is clear as well.
Menzies.
We're all tied up here at 24. You can tell both teams want to end this tournament on a high note. Beautiful backdoor feed. Dewsbury wide open. Santiago with the lovely assist. And Kyrie can't get the tough bucket to go. Fast break opportunity now. Dewsbury gets to the rim again. He wants the and one. Doesn't get it, but Dewsbury's got 6 now in the opening quarter. Only 5 seconds left here. They got to be fast. McCauley looking for some space. Gets the pass away. Getting it off in time. Balatan doesn't go. And after 10 minutes of play here at the Jack, it is St. Mary's Lightning 28, Holland Hurricanes 24. The Lightning led by the All-Canadian Brock Dewsbury and the second-team All-Star in JP Akodwa. And for the Hurricanes, having a big spark off the bench from Kyrie Thompson, putting up some big points here to keep the Hurricanes close. Second quarter action coming up for you in just a couple minutes' time. But first, we're going to throw it down to courtside, where it's going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Josh Arbuthnot taking it away.
Thanks so much, Brett. What an exciting game we've had so far. Right now, as Brett was mentioned, the Lightning are leading this one right now 28-24, and that backcourt starting to find its way. Interesting start for the Holland Hurricanes, as we were talking about. Kyrie starts on the bench, but 4 points now, 2 of 4 shooting from him. He's also got 2 dimes to add to his name. Jalen Menzies with 6. How's about Brock Dewsbury? 8 points for him so far. And I think a key for the Lightning is right now, and we talked about this in the beginning, is of the play of JP, and JP is balling right now. He is a dog right now. 7 and 5 for the big man. Absolutely dominant in the paint right now. That is the one thing. Holland has no answer for him. But for me, it's always the key for this Lightning team. If you can get Caleb Chip going, the Lightning, they will not miss any games. They will not take a loss. If Caleb shoots this way, he's like Steph Curry with the shot. When he gets hot, there's not many hotter than him in CCAA, U Sport, Canada basketball, US basketball, NCAA, FIBA, it doesn't matter. When Caleb Jip shoots the way he does, it's unstoppable. Back to you, Brett.
Thank you, Josh. Absolutely great opening 10 minutes here at the Jack. Both teams hungry for a win. Holland looking to get back into the winning column. Team that's won 3 bronze medals in a 3-year span in the mid-2010s. Meanwhile, for this St. Mary's team, the little school that could. Under 1,000 students here for the private school out of Calgary. First ever trip to the CCAA Men's National Basketball Championships. Still seeking that first win. And Jip gonna do a lot to help there as he gets the steal. Thought about the dunk, but he just lays it in. Caleb Jip continues to have a strong game here. A strong tournament as a whole. As Menzies, what a play to get to the rim. Second opportunity, and it's Taliaferro with the bucket. The big man with 8 points. And Armbruster's foot just touching the line there. That's going to be a turnover.
Hurricanes ball.
And Caleb Jip with 8 points, tied for the game high right now with Brock Dewsbury. Is McCauley able to step in? And Jack still cannot get one to go right now. As Jip for 3, in and out. Akodwa though with the offensive glass, and he puts it away. And Akodwa now up to 9. Kick out, corner 3, Rempel. Still doesn't go. Second opportunity. Can't get it to drop. Santiago keeps it in, finds Jip. Beautiful play. Dewsbury with the patience, gets the hoop and the harm. It's the beast, Brock Dewsbury, picking up 2 more.
Now in the game number 2, Yogi Cheatham. At the line is number 7, Brock Dewsbury.
And for Holland, as they take timeout, they are really going to have to find a way to buy a 3 right now. 0 of 11 from downtown are the Holland Hurricanes, as it stands right now. And ice cold against a team that works as well in transition as the Lightning. They're going to make you pay when you keep missing shots like that. And they really have to start trying to find a way to pick up their long-range game, or just start making an effort to try and work it into the paint more often. Meanwhile, for the Lightning, it's just an issue. It's just a matter of keep doing what you're doing, feeding Okodwa down low, and when they start doubling them up, just kick it out beyond the arc, and guys like Jip are gonna keep making you pay. And then, of course, you have that X factor in the All-Canadian, Brock Dewsbury. The man can score from anywhere on the court, and he's been showing that tonight. Fast breaks, in transition, under the rim. Holland find themselves in a hole here. Minute and a half gone in the second quarter. 34-26 in favor of the hometown Lightning.
At the line, Brock Dewsbury, 1 shot.
And Brock with an opportunity here to complete the and 1. And you know he's going to hit that. Brock Dewsbury shooting 79% from the free throw line. And he picks off that pass as that one missed everybody. Transition, Santiago goes for the reverse. He had Dewsbury waiting for him. Maybe should have gone for the dime instead of the tough reverse. And instead it's going to be a turnover. Menzies now on the ball, calling for a screen. Leaves it for Rempel. Thompson, tough move to the bucket. Kicks it out. Bit of a scramble here. Menzies for 3. It goes! Jalen Menzies gets the first 3 of the game for the Hurricanes. Finally breaking the ice from downtown.
Hurricanes ball.
And then they get a turnover quickly on the other end. And suddenly the momentum seems to be shifting in favor of the boys in white here. Chris Cheatham kicks it out. Thompson for 3, doesn't go. It's going to be Dewsbury picking up the rebound. Going coast to coast, backing him down, and he pops it in for 2. The All-Canadian absolutely showing out in this tournament. Cheatham now to Menzies. From the free throw line, Kyrie Thompson's shot doesn't go. And he's going to pick up a foul for his trouble as well as he reaches over the top of Akodwa.
Lightning substitution, number 4, Balumi Ajayi. And number 13, Avery Armbrister.
We're going to see Palumi Ajayi back in, as well as Avery Armbrister, double A, back in the game for the Hometown Lightning. Armbrister, he wants that three. He takes it. Well short. Chris Cheatham runs the floor, kicks it out. Corner three. Menzies doesn't go. And Taliaferro's foot on the line as he goes for the save, and that's going to be out of bounds. Coach Kendrick looking for a little bit of clarification on the out of bounds call. He didn't like it. And a Kodwa now. Nice drive, kicks it out. Ajayi thought about it, hesitated, and instead his pass goes off a leg and out of bounds, and they will reset.
Jack McCauley.
Lead back up to 8 here for the Lightning. Off the inbounds, Armbrister gonna just drive to the bucket. Nice extra feed, but it's knocked away. And the defense of the Hurricanes coming up big. Cheatham faked everybody out, but doesn't get the finish. Too strong off the glass. Comes out the other way, and Dewsbury transition three. Also too strong. And both teams unable to take advantage of premium offensive opportunities here. Rempel goes across the baseline for McCauley. Corner three. Still won't go for Jack McCauley. At 21 yesterday. Currently just a little snake bit at the moment. Can't buy one. Beautiful move by Armbrister through the lane. Gets the hoop and the harm. Double A getting to the rim. Bringing the lead up to 10.
In for the Hurricanes, number 14, Chris Druken.
Armbrister
And
averaging
number
17 and a half
4,
himself over 2 games in this tournament.
At the line, Avery Armbrister.
He's looking strong to try and increase that number here in the final game for both of these teams here at the CCAA Men's National Basketball Championships. Live at the University of Calgary's Jack Simpson Gymnasium. Home of the Dinos, as well as your State Trojans, who will be looking to capture their first CCAA National Championship since 1986 on Sunday afternoon as they take on the Dawson Blues out of Montreal. There's a foul called here on the play.
Fouls on number 4, Palumi Ajayi, his first, team's first. And now in for the Lightning, number 3, Caleb Chip.
Nearly halfway through this second quarter here.
Fouls on number 13, Avery Armbrister.
And the foul going to go against Armbrister.
Team second.
Druken now off the inbounds, his first action of the game. McCauley, nice extra pass. Finds Balaton, denied by Ajayi, but second chance, and McCauley gets a bucket to go. Armbrister denied by Druken. And hopefully for this Hurricanes team, that bucket will mean that Jack is back. And they need him to get going if they want to get back into this one. Ajayi beats everybody as no one picked him up. And it's an easy jam for the big number 4. Holland find themselves down 11. Thompson gets it back to 9 as he drives to the basket. And the man continues to get tough baskets here as he's done all weekend. Extra pass, Hammer, open three, it goes! It's hammer time here at the Jack as Kevin Hammer nails it from downtown. And McCauley responds the other way.
Jack McCauley.
Leash ahead of the play, gets the tough basket as he falls down.
And a timeout, Hurricanes.
As Coach Kendrick has to call timeout for Holland once again. As too many times in this game, St. Mary's has been able to get ahead of the play and just get ahead of that defense of the Hurricanes and score way too many easy buckets. Although that last one from Cleach was anything but easy as he took that one contested against Druken while falling. And that is a beautiful basket for the fifth-year center out of Drumheller. And as we mentioned earlier, it is Stay Alive Saturday here at the Jack. 2 bronze medal semifinals coming up for you later in the day today. It's going to be a big one as we have 4 teams looking to book the final 2 spots into Sunday's bronze medal game. We're going to have the Capilano Blues taking on the St. Clair Saints, who are definitely feeling the blues after yesterday, losing in a heartbreaking, buzzer-beating shot against the Dawson Blues in the first semifinal yesterday. And then the second of 2 bronze semifinals is going to feature the VIU Mariners taking on the George Brown Huskies. George Brown falling short in their comeback attempt against the State Trojans, while VIU were able to respond after a tough loss on day 1, and they had a big Game 2 victory when they beat the St. Mary's Lightning by 24 to stay alive in their quest to get back on the podium. Shot doesn't go. Akodwa able to get around it, but it is Nick Mills getting his hands in there and forcing the jump. Possession arrow pointing the way of the Lightning. They will have the ball now with 4 minutes to go in the opening half. Armbruster throws it into the post. The hook for Akodwa doesn't go. He had that hook shot going all day yesterday. Not today though. You see some of the second unit now of this Hurricanes team. McKinnon kicks it out. Driving is Mills to the basket, and Nick Mills gets his first points of the tournament. It's knocked out of the hands of Jip. He has to go back to get it. And then a foul call on the play. Spencer Rossiter picking up his first foul. Third team foul now on the Hurricanes.
Number 1, Angelo Santiago.
Nice over-the-top pass.
Brock
Dewsbury again beating his man, getting to the basket, and adds 2 more. Bring the lead back up to 11. Nice pass. Rossiter, corner 3. Short. Mills unable to control the rebound, and it's going to be Jip now the other way. Kicks it to the corner. Santiago doesn't take. And Armbruster takes a couple too many steps before he establishes the dribble, and that's going to be a traveling call. McKinnon able to get it over the timeline. Menzies takes a couple steps in. His mid-range shot doesn't go. And the foul's going to go against Santiago. That's going to be his second.
Fouls on number 1, Angelo Santiago. His second, team's third. Now the game is number 5, Josh Castro for the Lightning.
Rossiter looking for a teammate. Finds a man in the corner. 3 ball doesn't go. Akodwa gets the rebound. He's fouled. It's going to be another foul on Rossiter, his second in quick succession.
Second, team's fourth rather.
And timeout is going to be called now by Coach Ruff of the Lightning. Final 2.5 minutes to go. Lightning up 11. Playing a really strong half so far off of the backs of, like we mentioned in the pregame, the big man JP Akodwa, as well as the all-Canadian Brock Dewsbury, who has been an absolute beast all over the court tonight. It seems like whenever he wants to score, he's able to. And for this Holland team, it just seems like they've been unable, for the most part in this game, to find players who can keep up with someone as skilled as Brock Dewsbury, as well as someone with the height and the size advantage as JP. Lightning to inbound from the baseline. 2.5 to go in the half. Armbrister through the lane.
Offensive
And
foul.
it's going to be
No
offensive
basket.
foul
Number
going against
13.
Double A.
Avery Armbrister, his second, team's fourth. Lightning substitution, number 4, Palumi Ajayi.
Rossiter's pass misses everybody. It's intercepted, and Dewsbury goes the other way. His pass is intercepted by Mills the other way. Both teams running up the floor, and Menzies gets the tough bucket over Akodwa.
Menzies. Less than 2 minutes in the second quarter.
Brock Dewsbury now kicks it out. Castro doesn't take the three, and instead he is pickpocketed by Menzies. And he's going to head to the line as Jalen Menzies starting to put his team on his back
Fouls
with
on number
another
7,
steal,
Brock Dewsbury,
showing
his
why
second,
he led
team's
the Atlantic
fifth.
Conference in steals this season.
At the line, Jalen Menzies, 2 shots. Correction, yes, 2 shots.
Menzies had 6 first quarter points. He's since added to that. He goes 1 for 2 from the line. Ajayi not looking for the pass, and it's turned over. Menzies now finds Zervizovic. Menzies catch and shoot from deep. And the three-point shooting struggles continue
Lightning substitution
for
number
the
2,
team
Kevin
from Charlottetown.
Hammer. Lightning ball.
It just adds to the experience, you know what I'm saying? You don't want it to be so quiet.
Coach Kendrick here seeming to have a discussion with the referees. He thinks that the score should be 49-42. And Coach Kendrick given a warning as he is not agreeing with the call. He thinks there should be an extra point on the board for the Hurricanes. As Akodwa can't get the tough bucket to go. It's McKinnon.
Traveling
One
call.
too many steps, and that's going to be a traveling call.
And a timeout. Lightning.
With just over a minute left to go in the first half. Going to have a timeout called here. Timeout called by the man who simply wants to be known as Coach. Coach Tim Kendrick of the Holland Hurricanes. We got 2 more games here for you today at the Jack Simpson. Gonna see the Capilano Blues take on the St. Clair Saints and the VIU Mariners taking on the George Brown Huskies. Both teams looking to book a ticket to Sunday afternoon's bronze medal game. While meanwhile, it is Championship Saturday over in Hamilton on the women's side of things. The VIU Mariners gonna be taking on the Gayance de Saint-Jean in the Women's National Championship game. That'll be happening later today. You can watch all of these games streaming live on CCAA TV's live YouTube stream. As Caleb Jip crosses over the timeline. They go down low. Akodwa kicks it out to the corner. Ajay, extra pass. Akodwa gets the bucket to go to increase the lead back up to 10.
Okudua.
Jip with the interception. Has the ball knocked out of his hands by Cheatham. It's going to go out of bounds. Last off of a Hurricane. Nice desperation defense there to get back from Chris Cheatham, who also averaged 2.8 steals a game, which was good enough for second in the Atlantic Conference. Of course, only behind his teammate, Jalen Menzies. Hammer to inbounds, finds Jip, catch and shoot from the corner, and it's good! Caleb Jip continues his hot first half.
Jip.
Hitting his 3rd from beyond the arc. Lead up to 13 here. Cheatham extra pass. Thompson under the basket with a nice backdoor cut. 10 seconds left to go here in the opening half. St. Mary's going to keep it for the last shot. They look for Jip. Dewsbury takes a step in, catch and shoot. At the buzzer, doesn't go.
And halftime.
And at
Hurricanes
the
43.
half,
The Lightning.
the St.
54.
Mary's Lightning going to head into halftime with an 11-point advantage over the Holland Hurricanes. And the two-headed monster in the backcourt, Brock Dewsbury and Caleb Jip, absolutely lights out in the first half to help lead their team to an 11-point lead here at the half. St. Mary's looking to win their first ever CCAA National Championship game. We're going to send it down now to our sideline reporter for the halftime report, sending it down to Josh Arbuthnot.
Thanks so much, Brett. It's a close one right now, 54 to 43 right now with the Lightning up on top, and Caleb Jip at the end there. You're seeing how dominant he is from 3, but speaking about domination, it's one of the keys we talked about is the big man JP. He is dominant right now. You would think he has a double-double. They only have him with 8 rebounds, believe it or not. It feels, Brett, like he has so many more rebounds right now. 11 points for him in this one, and then 15 for Brock, and then, man, how's about the shooting of Caleb Jip? Like I talked about now, 3 of 4, killing it from down there. That backcourt continues to dominate. Jalen Menzies. Jalen Menzies having a great game right now. 12 points for Jalen Menzies on 5 of 11 shooting. Spreading out the basketball right now. Bad shooting quarter, though, for Holland. They shoot 38.1 from the field. St. Mary's shoots 61% from the field. Pretty good there, and they have that 10-point lead. look to continue that hot shooting. One of the best three-point shooters in that Jack. He goes out with maybe an ankle injury. I heard him talking to the trainer. A little bit of concern about that ankle. Hopefully he's okay to go, and we'll see how that goes in the next quarter. Back to you, Brett.
That ankle is going to be all wrapped up and ready to go for the second half. And as you mentioned, just fantastic shooting from the field from this team here, and there's a big reason why the Lightning are ahead by 11. But the big struggles continue to be from downtown. 2 of 20 for the Holland Hurricanes right now. A big reason why they find themselves down by as much as they are. 22-15 in favor of the rebounds as well for St. Mary's. They seem to be just ahead in every major statistic at the moment. And Caleb Jipp, 3 for 4 from downtown, 4 from 6 from the field, 11 points to go alongside the 15 from the All-Canadian Brock Dewsbury. And meanwhile, it's just been a lack of secondary scoring from the Holland team. Menzies with 12, Kyrie with 8, and McCauley with 7, but outside of that, they're not getting a lot of contributions. Marcus Taliaferro had a big, strong start, but we haven't seen much of him as he was in foul trouble with 2. We're going to have a great second half coming up for you. Lightning up 11, second half action coming up for you in about 15 minutes time right here at the Jack. And we are officially underway at the CCAA Nationals here in Calgary. Dewsbury responds immediately, showing why he averaged almost 22 a game.
We are ready here at the Jack Simpson between the Dawson Blues and the VIU Mariners.
Yeah, 2 behemoths on opposite sides of the court here, Josh. You always love when squads from across the nation that have dominated their region come together in a final, essentially, end-all battle here in round 1 of the national championships. We're going to see who can come out and really set the tone going forward.
And it doesn't go. Featherston, they don't take time out. Open 3, Dylan to tie!
Oh! Are you kidding me?
Dylan at the buzzer ties this up at 103.
Are you kidding me? Josh Dillon in transition.
Here we go for the St. Trojans. Marty Berkey's epic conclusion to his career. Charlie Connor's epic conclusion to his career. They have been so close so many times. Is this the year they shut the door on Marty's and Chuck's career and finally get that national championship? it is, what it do, we are back getting ready for the next half. Brett and Josh. Brett's St. Mary's, they are a half away from having their first ever national championship tournament win. Easy for me, tournament win.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have been getting it done on all parts of the court right now. You've got the big man, JP Okodwa, underneath the basket. Then you got Brock Dewsbury in the mid-range. And then you got Caleb Chip from downtown, 3 of 4. When you all 3 facets working on the game, how do you beat them?
Like I said, for Caleb, too, when Caleb shoots like this, you know JP's going to get his. You know Brock's going to get his. Avery Armour's driving a little bit of an off game, but you know he's normally going to get his. If Caleb shoots like this is the St. Mary's team that could have gone all the way to the gold medal game.
Absolutely, and then you add that secondary scoring from guys like Ajay and Hammer.
Yep.
They don't take a lot of shots, but the ones they've had today, they've hit them. So, I mean, this team's shooting over 50%.
Yep.
And then you look on the other side, Holland Hurricanes, they live and die by the 3. They're 2 of 20 in the game.
And it's a relatively young St. Mary's team. Same with Holland. Like, I would tell everyone that's watching these two teams, you're seeing 2 teams of the future that will be back on this championship stage. You look at that backcourt of Menzies and Kyrie, and hopefully Jack is okay, obviously checking on that ankle, but 2 teams that are going to get a lot of eyes on them because they're young teams, they're hungry teams, and they'll be back on this stage in the coming years.
Absolutely, and especially for a team like Holland, who next year, Nationals going to be out in the Atlantic.
There you go.
It's going to be at Mount Allison, so you know they're going to want to get back here. And as long as the roster comes back next season, you know that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Atlantic.
Well, you know what's going to happen. Kyrie is just a freshman.
Unbelievable.
In his own rights. And
unbelievable.
The St. Mary's team, obviously. What a run they had to provincials, too. I think a lot of people, we haven't maybe talked about that enough. They beat a top-ranked Lethbridge team that had the coach of the year in Ryan Hagee to get there. They beat a Lakeland team that a lot of people thought could be the team to advance and had some good battles with Keanu. So this St. Mary's team showing their merit right now. They had a tough battle in the first against St. Clair, tough battle yesterday, and right now looking for that first win.
Absolutely. And something that a lot of people don't know about that team is they had to get into the playoffs through a play-in game.
They did.
And they barely beat Red Deer by that one. They won that one by 3.
Yeah.
They've played nothing but tough basketball over the last few weeks, and it's showing that they are just staying composed and they're staying strong, and they're still feeling confident right now.
Dave Ruff has got to be really proud of his guys and the journey they've had. It's going to be a very exciting finish here for the half. Holland's coming out here after, I'm sure, having a long talk in the locker room. Not down by that much. They couldn't shoot worse than they did in the last quarter.
Absolutely. If they can get that 3-ball going, then watch out. They're really going to start cutting into that lead.
St. Mary's shot 65%. We'll see if that keeps on going. Brett's going to be back on the call for you. We're going to get ready for the start of the next half.
And we are underway with second half action here at the Jack. Both these teams looking to pick up their first win of the tournament here. And Kyrie gets things going with an early bucket. And he's going to head to the line as he was fouled on the play by Jip. So an early and one opportunity for Holland as they look to cut into that lead. And what better way to get started than with your prized freshman. Excuse me, it's not going to be an and one. The bucket's going to count. The foul going to be separate. But Thompson now up to 10 points already. And then Jalen Menzies adds 2 more. And within 20 seconds, that's 4 quick points on the board, cutting the lead down to 7. Jumper doesn't go from Brock. kicks it out. Cheatham, corner. McCauley, extra pass, wide open three. Jalen Menzies, it's good. And Jalen Menzies gets Holland off to a great start from beyond the arc, hitting the first one of the half. And just like that, in 50 seconds, it's a 7-0 run to start the half for Holland, and they've cut this lead down to 4 in the blink of an eye. In a blink of the eye of the hurricane, if you would. As we can see, Alman Dervizovic still getting his ankle looked at here on the bench of this Holland team. He would be a big loss if he was unable to continue. But you know that if he is, you're going to see a lot more of guys like Menzies and Cheatham and Kyrie Thompson. We're just going to have to pick up the slack and play more minutes. Ajay out here to start the second half. Jip kicks it out. Armbrister doesn't take. He drives. Has it knocked away from Menzies. The man who averaged nearly 4 steals a game gets one again. And then Rempel under the rim gets the tough bucket. 9-0 run now. 2-point game. Ajay gets to the rim. Doesn't go. Rebound for Rempel into the hands of Cheatham. Transition now. Thompson with some space goes right at Brock, and he's going to get to the line. Hurricanes with an opportunity from the free throw line to tie this game.
Number 7, Brock Dewsbury, his third, team second. At the line, Kyrie Thompson.
And whatever Coach Kendrick said to his team at the break seems to have worked, because they have come out on fire. First one goes for Kyrie. And he hits the second, and we are all tied up at 54-54, a minute and a half into the start of this second half. An 11-0 run by Holland to start this third quarter. Kick out, corner three, doesn't go. Second chance, Dewsbury from way long downtown doesn't go, and he still can't get one from 3. Beautiful pass through the lane. Kyrie
Jump ball.
doesn't get the foul. Instead, it's a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of St. Mary's, and a good defensive play there by Armbrister to prevent another basket for Holland. This might be a consolation game here at the Jack, but you know both teams want it. No one wants to come into a tournament like this and lose all 3 of their games. As Armbrister's 3 is good. Double A from downtown.
Avery Armbrister.
Breaks the 11-0 run and gives him 11 now on the game. He's up into double figures. Thompson tries to respond, but doesn't get it to drop. Chip now, cross to Armbrister. They move the ball around fast. And that is going to be an offensive foul.
On Avery Armbrister, his third team.
That's Armbrister's third foul now of the game.
Number 2, Kevin.
Foul trouble early in the second half. McCauley thought about the catch and shoot. Said they work it around for Rempel. Cheatham now with 10 on the clock. Cross, Menzies for 3. Doesn't go. They come the other way. And they're going to say last off of a hurricane. It's going to be inbound here for St. Mary's. Armbruster can't control off the inbounds. That's going to be an over and back, and another turnover. As outside of that 1-3 ball from AA, it has been a struggle for the first 3 minutes for this Lightning team, who have allowed Holland right back into this. Cheatham now going to run the offense. McCauley trying to get through 2 defenders. Finds Rempel along the baseline.
Timeout violation.
That's going to be a shot clock violation. It seemed like it was a bit of a quick 24, but must have been 14 on the clock. Either way, it will be a turnover. No complaints from the bench of the Hurricanes. Corner 3, Armbruster, doesn't go. Second chance, offensive board. Dewsbury from deep, still can't get a long-range shot to go. And McCauley just can't keep it in. It's gonna go out of bounds, and it will still be St. Mary's ball with a fresh 14. Chip from the baseline doesn't go. And the foul gonna go against Dewsbury. It's gonna be his third of the game.
Now in for the Lightning.
And he's gonna have to sit for a bit. See if Holland can get things going with the All-Canadian on the bench. McCauley, corner 3, it goes! Jack McCauley from the corner ties this one up at 57.
McCauley, 3!
Armbruster somehow keeps the handle on it. Ajay throws it into the hands of McCauley. It's a steal. Thompson the other way in transition to Menzies. Gets the bucket, and for the first time today, the Holland Hurricanes are ahead.
Fouls on number 2, Jody Cheatham, his first, team's first.
Midway through this third quarter, Holland out shooting St. Mary's 15-3. But Ajay, nice work to get down to the basket and draw the foul. He's going to head to the line and shoot 2.
Number 10, Logan Rempel, he's third, team's second. And at the line, number 4, Malubi Ajayi, 2 shots.
First one doesn't go for Ajay. Who only shot 50% from the line this season. And he goes 0 for 2. Cheatham able to get to it. But Ajay gets the steal. And he can't control it. And both teams just unable to hold on to the ball at the moment. Cheatham finally gets some control here. Finds Menzies. His shot doesn't go. Hammer with the rebound. St. Mary's looking to move quickly up the court. And that's going to be an offensive foul. That's Armbruster's 4th, and foul trouble beginning to become a factor for this Lightning team. Dewsbury and Armbruster are going to have to sit now as Rempel getting in the lane and drawing the charge. Turnover there. Jip now the other way. Finds Hammer. Kevin Hammer doesn't go. Hammer just couldn't seem to hit the nail on the head with that one as he just off the mark.
On the line.
And it's going to be out of bounds and a turnover here. Still a 2-point game. Hurricanes with their first lead of the day. Hammer down low. Akodwa under the rim. Does not go for the big man. He can't get the finish. They come the other way. Rimple catch and shoot for 3. It goes. Logan Rimple from downtown increases the Hurricanes' lead up to 5. Over the back pass. Akodwa under the rim gets 2 back.
John Paul Okajua.
And JP finally getting on the board here in the second half. Cheatham, corner 3, doesn't go. And now Jip the other way. Finds Ajay, he's wide open. Ajay's for 3, does not go. As now it's the Lightning's turn to be cold from long range. Ajay down low, offensive board. And another one, Hammer, he's fouled.
And the foul's on number
And Kevin Hammer gonna head to the line. JP Akodwa picking up a double-double with that offensive rebound.
Chris Drukin. At the line, he's number 2, Kevin Hammer. 2 shots.
That's Akodwa's second double-double in 3 games here at CCAA Nationals. Final 3 minutes of the third quarter, a 1-point contest. And that one thrown straight out of bounds. And a turnover by Holland. St. Mary's now with an opportunity to retake the lead here in the later stages of the third. Hammer looking for Akodwa. It's intercepted. Transition the other way. Thompson to the rim. Doesn't go, but he did draw the foul as Hammer got his hand up into the wrist of Kyrie. And Thompson going to head to the line to shoot 2.
Fouls number 2, Kevin Hammer, his first. Now in the bonus. Shooting for 2, Kyrie Thompson. Lightning substitution number 13, Avery Armbruster.
Armbruster going to head back into the game on 4 fouls. Interesting decision there from Coach Ruff. But I think they just need a bit of a spark offensively at the moment. First one goes for Kyrie. The 5'10" guard from North Preston, Nova Scotia. Doesn't get the second. He's now 3 of 6 from the line here today. Armbruster now on 4 fouls. He takes the jumper. He gets it to go. And we're tied up at 63. As AA off the bench and on the board. Drukin looking for that extra pass. Deflected away by Jip into the hands of AA.
In the third quarter.
To the lane. Gets it to go. And Coach Kendrick going to call timeout for the Hurricanes.
Timeout.
As St. Mary's gets back ahead by a bucket. 65-63 with 1:56 left to go. Earlier, the first of 3 games here tonight on CCAA TV on the men's side of things. And Stay Alive Saturday 4 teams looking to book the final 2 spots in Sunday's bronze medal game. Your first semifinal game on the bronze medal side today, coming at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, between the St. Clair Saints, who suffered a heartbreaking loss at the buzzer last night against the Dawson Blues, taking on Cap who? Cap U, the Dawson Blues from Capilano University. In your second semifinal on the other side of the bracket, it's going to be the George Brown Huskies, who suffered a loss at the hands of the host St. Trojans last night, despite a furious fourth quarter comeback. They're going to take on the VIU Mariners, who got back to their winning ways yesterday with a big win over St. Mary's. 4 teams, 2 spots available in the bronze medal game. Those games will be tonight at 3 and 6. And we are back underway here, as Thompson lets it roll all the way to midcourt before picking it up. McCauley down low for Druk. An extra pass finds Menzies, and we're all tied up once again.
Menzies.
Santiago now on the ball. Chip with a nice spin. Off the body, off the glass, and into the basket for 2 more to give the Lightning that 2-point lead back as the teams trade buckets here in the late stages of the third quarter. Menzies goes cross court for Thompson, who sends it right back. Corner tray, it goes! Jalen Menzies on fire from downtown.
Menzies.
Kodwa gets the sky hook to go. Looking like Kareem out there. And these teams keeps trading the lead here. Kyrie step back jumper. Doesn't go from 15 feet.
Fouls on number 13,
And the
Spencer
foul.
Rossiter, his 3rd.
Gonna go against Rossiter. That's gonna be his 3rd foul. Lightning with possession, 38 seconds left on the clock, and a 1-point lead for St. Mary's. Looking to pick up their first ever win in the CCAAs, but Kyrie Thompson with the steal. He picks the pocket of Kevin Hammer, and he takes it the other end of the way to give the Hurricanes that 1-point lead back. Akodwa now, through the lane. Gets his own rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds last off of a Hurricane. St. Mary's ball, 18 left on the clock. 4-second difference between shot and game clock. Armbrister catch and shoot from the corner, and it goes! Double A from downtown.
Avery Armbrister.
10 seconds left on the clock. Kyrie gonna hold off for the last shot. 5 to go. Steps back. The 3. In and out.
And after 3, the Hurricanes 70.
And the Hurricanes
Lightning 72.
have stormed back here in the third quarter, cutting the lead from 11 points down to 2 with a furious comeback, being led by Kyrie Thompson and Jalen Menzies. While on the other end, it's been Avery Armbrister with a couple of big threes, playing with 4 fouls, able to get his team back ahead, playing a dangerous game as Coach Ruff putting on one of his top scorers on 4 fouls. They're going to need him for this 4th and final quarter coming up with the Lightning up by a bucket. But now we're going to send it back down to our sideline reporter. It's Jawa himself, Josh Arbuthnot.
Thank you so much, Brett. Wow, what a quarter by the Holland Hurricanes. We talked about the tough shooting that they had in that last quarter. They shot 38% in the second, roaring out to 58%, almost rounding up to 59% from the field, shooting 50% from downtown. And what can you say? Jalen Menzies, 22 points on the board right now. He is doing it on both sides. And then Kyrie Thompson playing as a reserve today. 17 points from him. Dominant forces right now in that backcourt for the Hurricanes. They are causing real issues, and we talked about the tough shooting in the second for the Holland Hurricanes. Well, same way goes now for St. Mary's. They shot 35% from the field in that quarter. Gonna have to get it up. Now we have a tight one here. Who's gonna win this consolation round? Avery Armbruster with that big three at the buzzer. Gonna need a little bit more of that. Right now it's 72-70 for the Lightning. Hurricanes rushing back. We'll see how this one finishes. Back to you, Brett.
Thank you again, Josh. Wonderful work there from the sideline. Big stat there from the third quarter. 4 of 8 from downtown were the Holland Hurricanes. Shooting 50% in that quarter. Some big buckets from deep. They have trimmed this lead down to 2 as we enter the final quarter. Armbruster with a quick steal. He has it knocked away. They're gonna say last off of a Hurricane. They're gonna say last off Thompson. Coach Kendrick can't believe it. It looked from our angle up here between me and Statsman Simon. It looked like it was clearly off of Armbruster. Akoto looking for that pass off the hands of Santiago. And safe to say ball don't lie there, and that one's gonna be out of bounds. And Holland gets possession back. Menzies to the bucket, and he gets the tough one to go. What a game we've had here to start off day 3 at the CCAA Nationals. And Akodwa can't bring in the pass. And another turnover. Makes this one all tied up at 72-72. 9 minutes left to go here in the opening game on day 3. Both these teams looking to end their campaigns with a victory. Extra pass, Druken under the rim. Can't get it to go over Akodwa. And then Druken's gonna pick up the foul. The St. Mary's team still playing without Brock Dewsbury, who is in some foul trouble here. He's still on 4. They're going to need him when it comes down to the final few minutes. You want your All-Canadian in the game when it's winning time. St. Mary's here working the offense around. Put in the hands of Double A. His shot off the glass is short. Now it's Kyrie the other way. Gets that extra pass. Druken for 3. And the big man gets it to go from downtown. 3-point lead now for Holland. And Hammer, he's knocked to the floor by Thompson.
Foul number 1, Kyrie Thompson, his first.
That's Kyrie's first foul of the game.
Lightning substitution, now in Brock.
You know we're not going to see him leave the court for the rest of this one. And now we do have Brock Dewsbury back in. Akodwa gets his mid-range game going as he hits that one from 15 feet. 17 on the game for JP. Menzies step back jumper. Long 2 doesn't go, and Akodwa with another rebound. That's 14 rebounds now for JP on the game. He receives it down low in the post. Hook shot doesn't go. Cheatham now going to quickly rush up the court. They work it around. Druken, another 3-pointer opportunity, and he is on fuego from downtown. Talk about secondary scoring. 2 big threes from Chris Druken. 6 fourth quarter points. They're going back to him. He fakes it. Extra pass for Rossiter. Bodies his man, and he scores the bucket. And this second unit of the Holland Hurricanes have come out to play at winning time here. 6-point Hurricanes lead, their largest of the game. Second foul on Kyrie.
Foul number 1, Angelo Santiago, is his third.
And the third team foul already of the quarter for the Hurricanes.
Number 6, Jack McCauley.
Could play a factor later on. Santiago finds a Kodwa. Didn't seem like he was ready for it. And he can't get it to go. Second chance from Armbruster doesn't go either. Kyrie through the lane, in and out. Dewsbury now, fast break opportunity the other way. Looking for Jip, and it's knocked away from McCauley. Good defense there.
Kyrie Thompson now into the game
For the fifth-year guard, the hometown boy out of Charlottetown. Chris Druken getting some big love from his bench as he subs off. Dewsbury now, through the lane, draws the foul. It's going on Rossiter. That's going to be Rossiter's fourth.
Spencer Rossiter. He's his fifth.
Excuse me, it's going to be his
fourth. Now the line, number 7, Brock Dewsbury.
Seems to be some confusion. I think they're calling it on the floor that that's his fifth. I thought it was just Rossiter's fourth, but at some point he must have picked up another one.
For the Hurricanes, number 10.
Logan Rempel going to check back in.
Logan Rempel.
As Brock Dewsbury heads to the line. 1 for 1 so far tonight. Gets the first to go. And the All-Canadian goes 2 for 2 from the line. Lead now down to 4 with just under 7 minutes to play. Cheatham drives the lane, kick out, McCauley for 3, it goes! Captain Jack from the corner.
Jack McCauley.
What a second half McCauley has had here. Armbruster, his catch and shoot, bounces off the rim and out. 7-point lead now for the Hurricanes. Big deep 3, doesn't go. Gonna be last off of Holland. And it's gonna be a St. Mary's ball.
Jalen Menzies. Lightning ball.
This is now the third game in a row for St. Mary's where they've seen them start to come apart a little bit in the second half. First 2 games, it was 2.5 quarters. This one, it was the start of the third where they started really coming up short. And this St. Mary's team looking to close, potentially could close out their season with 4 consecutive losses after losing the ACSC gold medal game to the St. Trojans.
Yogi Cheatham. He's his second, team's fifth. At the line, number 3, Caleb Jip.
Jip now going to head to the line, shoot 2.
2 shots. Technical foul called on Hurricanes.
And the officials have sent a technical foul to Coach Kendrick of the Hurricanes. Jip gets that first one to go. Now he's going to shoot 2 as well. Gets the second. And Caleb Jip gets a 3-pointer, but from a different way this time. Seems like the man scores in threes. Lead back down to 4 here. And that's going to be a travel on Balaton.
Timeout, Hurricanes.
And Coach Kendrick going to call timeout here with 5:57 left to go and a very tight consolation game here at the Jack. Two more games on Stay Alive Saturday here at the Jack. Your nightcap going to feature the George Brown Huskies taking on the VIU Mariners. A spot in Sunday's bronze medal final on the line. But next up on the docket at 3 o'clock Mountain Time, it's going to be the St. Clair Saints taking on Cap who? Cap U, the Capilano College Blues, looking to book the second ticket into Sunday's bronze medal final. And of course, for Capilano, they really want to get to that one. They had a brilliant opportunity to get to the semifinal yesterday, tying their first game on a buzzer-beating 3 from Josh Gillen. Weren't able to come away with the victory, though, in overtime against George Brown. While for the St. Clair Saints, a crushing defeat on a buzzer-beating shot from Isaiah Graham-Roche of the Dawson Blues, who booked their ticket to the final on Sunday when they will take on the host team, the St. Trojans. Dewsbury still can't buy a three-pointer as that one doesn't go, and he's frustrated. You can see it. Cheatham leaves it for McCauley. He drives, kicks it out. St. Mary's begging Cheatham to take the shot. He won't do it. Finds Logan Rempel at the baseline. He gets the short one to go. Dewsbury in transition. And Brock Dewsbury just cannot buy a bucket here in the fourth. Lead back up to 6. Logan Rempel. His 3 from downtown is money. And the Hurricanes, midway through the fourth, up to their largest lead of the game, 88-79. And we said it at halftime, if this Hurricanes team can start shooting threes, it is going to be trouble for St. Mary's. And that is exactly what's happened. The tides have turned. The storm has been brewing, and the Hurricanes force a turnover, and they are now on possession here, up 9. And we're now into the final 5 here at the Jack. McCauley now trying to set a screen. Step back jumper. It's good. And Jack can't miss here in the fourth. 11-point Hurricanes lead. With 4:22 to go. And St. Mary's just looking for answers right now as they cannot find a way to get a bucket here in the second half. This game has been absolutely flipped upside down. Holland outscoring the Lightning by 22 in the second half, completely reversing the scores from the first half. They were down 11 midway through this one, but now they find themselves up 11, matching the largest lead of the game from either team. And St. Mary's gonna be praying for some help here if they want to get back into this one. Dewsbury, Armbrister, both playing on 4 fouls.
Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated for the selection of our 4 imprint players of the match after the game.
Armbrister nearly loses the handle on it. Comes back to Jip. Looking to set a screen. Dewsbury, Armbrister for three. Doesn't go. And a reach-in foul on Jip. Could be his second.
Jip, his second, team's first.
And just the first team foul on St. Mary's. As Menzies gets to the basket and he gets it to go. Jalen Menzies having himself a game. He's got a game-high 24. And Dewsbury catches nothing but air. And this Lightning team falling apart here. 13-point Holland lead. Kick out, Cheatham, extra pass. Rempel doesn't go. Armbrister now through the lane. Big defense from Balaton, forcing up the bad shot. Cheatham now drives, kicks back. Balaton for three. Doesn't go, but a big diving offensive rebound from Macaulay, who came flying in to steal that one away. 7 to go on the shot clock. Cheatham off of his foot, regains it. Menzies got to take a step back. Desperation heave, doesn't go, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Big defensive stand there from St. Mary's on this possession. But now they got to start translating it into some offense, and quick. And with only one team foul, they might be in a position where they have to start fouling more often to try and save the clock. Dewsbury now driving to the basket. Still cannot get one to go here in the fourth. And now Menzies in transition to the rim. A touch too strong. Jip, pull up three. It goes. A lifeline for the St. Mary's Lightning as Caleb Jip hits one from downtown. He cuts the lead to 10. Druken, though, corner three, gives it up. They work it around. Rempel, he's got all day. Rempel nails it right back. A dagger for the Hurricanes.
Less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Final 1:58 here to go. The Lightning here are going to have to hit punches in bunches if they want to get back into this one, and quick. Jip just to the lane, pulls up, his shot no good, gets his own rebound, kick out, Armbrister goes in to the lane, he's fouled. And Armbrister gonna head to the line. $1:45 left to go here in the fourth. Holland Hurricanes up by 13.
Armbrister, 2 shots.
He gets the first one to go. And he gets the second as well, cutting the lead back to 11. They got to start pressing now. They easily break through it. Rempel kicks it out. Just going to slow it down. 15 left to go on the clock. The time a factor here as Menzies for three. It goes! A dagger from Jalen Menzies.
Jalen Menzies.
As the man has put this team on his back. As that one doesn't go, Jalen Menzies completely taking over in the second half. As the foul called on the play, the lead up to a game-high 14.
And fouls on number 13, Armbrister.
And the Holland Hurricanes a minute and 10 away
Timeout.
from picking up a victory and sending the team and the fans home happy back to Charlottetown. While unfortunately on the other side for the boys in black, it has been another second half disappointment where this team has just gone ice cold. And they have just allowed the Hurricanes to completely turn the tide and take over here in the second half. And stick with us here for 3 p.m. Mountain Time when the Capilano Blues take on the St. Clair Saints in the first of 2 bronze medal quarter semifinal games here at the Jack. Meanwhile, over in Hamilton, tonight's going to be a couple of juicy games. It is Championship Saturday. The Dawson Blues going to take on the ACAC's Red Deer Queens in your bronze medal game, while heading over to the gold medal game tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time. It's going to be the VIU Mariners taking on the Gayans de Saint-Gilles. You can catch all of these games on CCAA's YouTube channel, streaming live for free from coast to coast. Thompson just going to slow things down. Cheatham driving to the basket. He gets the tough one to go.
Yogi Cheatham.
And that's going to tie a nice little ribbon on this one as Chris Cheatham gets his first bucket of the game to make it an even 100. For the St. Mary's Lightning, it's not the way this team wanted to come into Nationals. Their first ever appearance. They're going to go 0 of 3. But for this St. Mary's team, nothing at all to be upset about. They did fantastically to get to this stage. We talked about it at halftime, me and Josh. They had to get through some really good teams in the ACAC. They weren't one of the higher seeds heading into the playoffs. They had to go through the play-in game just to get here. They beat a couple of really good teams at the ACAC playoffs. It is going to fall short, though, for them today. And for the Holland Hurricanes, the Atlantic Conference champions, they are going to pick up a big win here. They're going to close out Nationals on a high. They're going to finish 7th here at the tournament. As Druken steps in, takes the jumper, doesn't go. Stepping in, taking the jumper, well short. And that is going to be everything here tonight. Today, excuse me. Kyrie just going to run out the clock. And the Holland Hurricanes close out their CCAA campaign with a big 185 victory over the Lightning of St. Mary's. A complete 180 from the first half. Hurricanes down 11 at the break, and they come storming back to win by 15. Much in part to Jalen Menzies, the team captain, saying, "Don't worry, guys, I got this one," putting the team on his back with a huge second half performance. And Holland, like we mentioned at halftime, they got the long range game going, hitting plenty of shots from 3. And they're going to finish this tournament with a victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand
As
for
we
both
head
of these
down
teams
now
out
to
there.
courtside for the player of the game announcements.
And now the 400 players on the match. To present the players of the game is Tanya Fleming, member of SAIT's Board of Directors. The Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association and the SAIT Trojans are pleased to recognize today's players of the game. For the St. Mary's Lightning, number 10, Jean-Paul Okadua. And for the Holland College Hurricanes, number 6, Jack McAuley. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out this afternoon. Up next is game number 10, featuring the Capilano University Blues and the St. Clair College Saints. Stand by.
And that is all for us here for game 1 of 3 on day 3 at the CCAA Men's National Basketball Championships. Game 2 coming up at 3 o'clock between the Capilano Blues and the St. Clair Saints. Both teams looking to book a ticket into Sunday's bronze medal game. Josh, Jermaine, they're going to have the call for you here for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for watching here on CCAA TV, and we will see you guys at 3 o'clock.